What's going on, everybody out there in YouTubes? This is Othniel here with a quick product, um, just a quick video about a product that I've recently came across that has been incredibly helpful, and the functionality of it is incredible. It's by Paint Audio. It's called the Midi Captain, and if you are doing any kind of multi-tracks uh, with, let's say, Loop Community, the Prime app, or multitracks.com using their playback app, whether it's on your iPad or your MacBook or whatever, Mac Air, whatever you use. I would highly encourage getting a MIDI pedal to control it, because it's hands-free, so you can play your instrument and use your feet to send controls to the playback app. And both the Prime app and the playback app are compatible with it. And the reason why they're both compatible is because you can program in geek mode what type of MIDI note it sends, and so you'll always be able to communicate with whatever device you're using. And like I said, I'm using the playback apps for like a live worship set, but man, it connects to a ton of things. You can connect it to your keyboard if you wanted it to. I know most keyboards today have all the knobs and stuff like that, but you can connect it to things like, an Ampero or your Neural, or like just Boss GT 1000, your Line 6. All kinds of stuff you can connect it to and just utilize the extra foot stomps, MIDI stomps and stuff like that. And the cool thing about this thing, has 16 pages and then 8 programmable buttons per page. And then each button you can program all kinds of different MIDI notes to it, so MIDI data. And so you can send all kinds of stuff. It also has a MIDI in and a MIDI out. It has a USB. It has you can use a 9-volt DC power supply with it. It does not come with it, so if you have one laying around, that works. I haven't tried it by powering it from my pedal board yet. I think I'll try that and see how it works, but it also is powered by 2 AA batteries. And I was using 2 rechargeables the other night, and you see, I had about an hour of rehearsal, and then I had about 2 hours of actually using the product. We had about another 30-40 minutes of teaching, and then hang around talking to people, came back up and looked, and it was still at about half. It really uses the power really well for the size of this thing. And it's pretty weighty too. It's not light. It's got good weight to it. So, and it's metal constructed. The stomps are metal. It's got those LED lights on there. Everything looks clean. Everything looks good. It comes in a couple different colors. The 2 that I saw was black and then the blue. Yeah, man. This thing, like I said, it gives you a ton of functionality. It's got the dial. Each LED for the stomps are programmable, so you got a bunch of different colors you can program. You can program each one to send out a different MIDI data number or data information, or you can program all of them to send out the same, just in case you forget you want the whole row to be play and the whole on the bottom and the whole row on the top to be stop. If you wanted to do that, you could do that, and just so that you knew, if I hit any one of those, I'm going to hit the play function. And like I said, most of these apps, you can program them in the MIDI area, and this thing, I have it controlling my play. controlling the pad that's playing in the background. I can pause. I can this one controls the what do you call it, the fade, so I can fade in, fade out, and fade it back in. I mean, I have almost everything being controlled by this. I even have the click and the cues controlled. Like if I wanted to turn those off and on, I could turn those off and on. To say sometimes the click can get out of sync, and you say, man, all right, I'm done with it. With my foot, while I'm in the middle of worship, I can use my feet to page through and turn it off if I wanted to. And so, I mean, like I said, the functionality is there. It does a lot. And if you're a worship leader and you just want hands-free, man, it works beautifully. So that's about it. Didn't want this to be too long. Like I said, it's not an in-depth video. Just really quickly, just wanted to share what my impression was. It works great. It's a great resource to have. The price point is about $160, and so you when you compare that to the Looptimus Mini, I think that one is about $130, and so this one's about $30 more. But you get, about 20, 30, maybe even more times the buttons and configurations. So I think it's worth it for those who are leading worship every week. I lead multiple times a week, or at least twice a week, in a live music setting. So especially when using with stems and stuff like that, software, it really comes in handy. So hopefully this is helpful for anybody who's in the market and you come across this particular piece of gear, the Midi Captain. I think it's well worth it. It looks great. The functionality is great. It's easy to set up. So for what it's worth, check it out. You can find it on Amazon, and you can also get it on their website, paintaudio.com. All right. Well, be blessed. Peace.